Okay, moving on towards day 2 of playoffs. We're gonna have WBG versus MRC for today. So we're gonna have Alex here banning Lucky Guy and the Perfumer. Mainly Lucky Guy and Perfumer bans are just there so we can play Opera Singer. But of course, survivors here know this as well. Lucky Guy is to counter Xiaodi's, Lucky Guy and Perfumer is for Nanako. So for the survivors right here, they still do have Gardener. So Gardener will be an immediate pick here, and Acrobat. Like, we can talk about Acrobat, right? Acrobat overall, this is your map selection. Graveyard is no, Graveyard is not here. Graveyard is over here. Acrobat works pretty well here, but we decided to ban anti-current here as well, so there's not a lot of options remaining. Now, we do have Rescuer. Preferably here, we could pick First Officer immediately, but the moment First Officer gets picked here, what will happen is Aeroplanist here will be banned. So Aero will be the immediate ban if First Officer gets picked. But if we get the Seer out, then I guess for the survivors, what they're aiming for really is a really good early game. So early game potential here has to be brilliant for the survivors, right? To the point that we can manage to finish around, 3 Cypher machines by the time someone downs because of this one Seer Owl. The Seer Owl here is going to be very important. But of course, last ban there, we do see Aeroplanist going out. So survivors here can definitely just run First Officer. First Officer is all what we need here. Yeah, First Officer is all what we need here, because like Cypher decoding speed progress is relatively fast on everyone else here. And of course we know as well, we could have Gardener, like Gardener Window speed boost. So Gardener Window, so what's the personal called? Knee jerk reflex, so like knee jerk. And then for Acrobat, it's also knee jerk. Now Seer is most likely gonna run flywheel and knee jerk reflex, and then this is gonna be a tide turner. Now if we want a second tide turner, we can always have Acrobat with tide as well, or even Gardener with tide. So no, Acrobat will play a little bit safe. Acrobat with knee jerk reflex, Gardener with tide, and then we can have the First Officer with tide here. But of course, Seer can bring extra flywheel, because that extra flywheel kind of guarantees your tide containment, so tide kite containment as well. So it gives you like one extra owl, as we've talked about before. That one extra owl is going to come in really handy here from the survivor side. But even with those persona locks, we also have to talk about the era selection mode here. It's more or less going to be likely Acro spawning here. We're most likely going to have First Officer here, First Officer in middle, Gardener here, and then you can have Seer here. Seer is at a relatively good containment area, which you can rotate around, and Acro can kind of spam his balls in Graveyard here. But of course, with Alexis's what's this pick called again? Oh yeah, with Alexis's Opera Singer, the Opera Singer is gonna come in quite clutch as well. Now there's 2 reasons for that. Reason number 1 is because we want to chase after Acro here as much as possible, but then Snowball doesn't work as well, Mobile also doesn't work as well, and then the Fireball is kind of like your fail dash. Fireball is kind of like a fail dash, so it's kind of okay here. For, let's see, spawn point wise, we're going to have Seer spawning middle instead, and then First Officer directly in front of Opera Stinger. Meanwhile, Gardener is going to be in Shack, which is fine. We're going to be seeing this Hunter shaking hands here, while I will speed the process up here just a little bit for everyone else. Then let's move on towards the persona traits we go. We're going to be having Tide Turner, Window Speed Boost here on Tide Turner, Window Speed Boost on Gardener, Tide Turner, a Flywheel and Window Speed Boost, Window Speed Boost on Acrobat and Tide Turner. Yeah, just kind of what we said before as well. Okay, moving on towards the game we go. We're going to be able to see Alexis here immediately. We're going to go straight towards middle to look for the Seer. But Seer actually wants to get first chase here though. So it's kind of not good even for the Opera Singer at this point as well. We're going to be able to see that trump card detention with double pallet breaking there. Well, that's max pallet breaking, it does seem. But of course, on that side note as well, Seer definitely has his owl back. We also do see that quite a lot of survivors are currently nearby. We're going to dash around this area as much as we can just to get the Seer's Owl is able to come out. But even with that in mind as well, after Seer's Owl is gone, we should be able to either rotation over. Oh, that's a very nice over the pallet hit there, Alex. Now 15 seconds remaining until Blink is ready. Seer definitely doesn't have enough time for a second owl just yet, but this flywheel, if this flywheel manages to come out quite successfully, then I'm not going to be surprised with the owl coming out as well. But we're going to have to see here. Seer still trying to rotate towards that window, but it does seem like the Opera Singer kind of failed I had a little bit of a faulty dash, but we are going to be able to come over right here. Very burning flywheel, but once again, Shadow Leap is ready. We are going to be able to get a seer down here immediately. Should be around 50% IVL progress there. Well, it's also with the fact that early game, you know, that over the pallet hit was absolutely insane from Alex. But anyways, 80-second chair time here from the hunter side. We're going to be seeing the first officer nearby as well. We also do know where the first officer is because of the fact that he was decoding near where seer was. But if we're going to be able to get a pocket watch landed here. Ooh, barely hitting that. Barely once again from Alex. He's going towards the right direction, but it does seem like first officer's 10% movement speed boost is coming in quite clutch. We did get a hit here though, so that's going to be the normal rescue. First officer, a second hypnosis on towards the hunter right. Well, third hypnosis on towards hunter right there. Still has one more watch remaining. Seer gonna go down here immediately. Now, there is still a gardener nearby to break the chairs, fair enough, but there's 2 chairs here nearby, so I don't think that gardener will be able to do much. We're going to be seeing a max presence opera singer right here, and gardener's main job here is to force sell the... Well, it's most like, well, actually, no. We probably won't need to force sell here. What we need to do here is to actually get the second tide turner out, just for the extra decoding time as well. But it does seem like Alex here realizes as well, sees where the footprints were. So Garden's location has been fully revealed right here. We also do see that Garden's currently standing still as well, wanting to get the bubble up. But even with that shield on mind, shield will be shield will have to be prioritized here if she wants to get the rescue. Okay, there's the rescue with a speed boost here. Gardner's going into rescue and a tight turn comes out. You need to tunnel Gardner next, but Gardner getting normal hit right here. Thankfully, he was on a terror shock hit. We do see where the Seer is right now. Can Seer get the next IVL? That is a great question. It does seem like Seer is not going to be getting an IVL out, and with that slow vault there, it's going to be a terror shock hit, but that's still okay for now. The 4 Cypher machines are going to be done by the time that we manage to share Seer here, but for the opera singer, 4-man elimination, like 3-man, this is definitely a 3-man elimination game. We know Gardner doesn't have borrow time. We saw Gardner using window and tightener in our face right now. So now what do we see? We see the Gardener currently being healed by the first officer right here. If we can't find the Gardener, great. If we can't, we can still force first officer off some items here. So overall, it's still a-okay. Now, Xiao Xiao is going to come in as well. Half health first officer right here. It's probably not the best chase for you since he wastes so much time. But we are still going to go for it anyway, just because looking for the Gardener wastes even more time. But with that immediate down there as well, Acrobat is actually the one that... Acrobat is probably the one that has to come rescue here though. Now, 2 reasons. Reason number 1 being the fact that Gardner doesn't have borrow time, so the moment we find Gardner, we'll chair Gardner immediately. And then even if first officer wants to come in, there's nothing that they can do about it. We're going to be able to get the vault over right here. We're going to be able to see Gardner nearby as well, but Gardner being able to get the vault over the window. But it does seem like we do have multiple... Well, there's double vaults, I guess, so fair enough. Gardner will surely get the hit here. So for MRC Survivor side right now, it doesn't seem good. Preferably here we want to tunnel Gardner, because like, okay, first officer used item, you just go for Gardner here. Alex knows himself, he has to go for Gardner here no matter what happens. Gardner's the one that doesn't have borrow time here, so getting Gardner down will be the most profitable here for our opera singer. We keep on getting vaults here, which is fine. We don't need to dash over there as well, but it seems like we're going to be able to get a Gardner down here anyways. Now, Gardner may have max struggle. That's okay. First officer is going to go and decode Acrobat Cypher machine, but even with that on mind, it's going to be 20 seconds remaining on the clock for detention to be ready. Not detention, sorry, teleport to be ready. Okay. On that side note, Xiao Xiao is going to be chased here immediately as the first officer. That's also okay as well, but we do see that ooh, nice hit over the palace. We do see that the trump card has been used here. So if the trump card has been used here and we're going to be cherrying near the palace, near the cipher machine, then we're going to have to force open a new cipher, and Gardner getting that new cipher machine open here could only mean one thing, and that one thing is teleport is ready for opera singer. Now, we did manage to get a shadow strike out. We're still shadow leaping around the place, but we're going to be able to teleport back here immediately, trying to look for Nana Core right now as well. But first officer, that's going to be an after half there, but we also see where the gardener is. We most likely won't be going for the gardener just yet, but gets the hit right over the pallet right there. Okay, can we teleport back right here? Alex, teleporting back here is going to be important. Alex, teleporting back here immediately as well. We are going to be able to find the first officer, but it seems like first officer here has something else in mind. It's going to be a Terror Shock down 80% Cypher Machine right here, right now at this moment. We should be able to get a ball over right here, and the Cypher Machine just isn't primed yet. First officer still trying to crawl as far as way possible, but with a 92% Cypher Machine. Teleportation is ready as well. It's going to be a 3-month guarantee here, bare minimum, but with that Cypher Machine pop as well, Gardener's still on the ground, still crawling as well, mind you. Healing was not active just yet, but if we're going to chair Gardener right here, then Acrobat definitely has a chance for dungeon. Acrobat definitely has a chance for dungeon. And we do manage to see where the Acrobat is. I think Alex saw. I think Alex actually saw. I think Alex saw. I genuinely think Alex knows, he knows, gets hit right on towards Acrobat. Let's congratulate the 4-man elimination here for WBG Alex, moving on towards second half. Okay, after that 4-man elimination game, we're gonna have MRC Shelton coming out, so it's gonna be the Perfumer Patient. First 2 bands isn't the best, but there's still Gardener available, so Gardener is definitely still available here. After Gardener, well, there's gonna be no Lucky Guy, so Lucky Guy is not gonna be choose. So Gardener and this guy, but we're gonna come out with Acrobat. Okay, Acrobat Magician. I feel like we could have saved Acrobat here. I think Acro could have definitely been a save for later rounds. Acro for later rounds. But we're gonna get a Seer ban here, so Seer will not be recycled. But even with that in mind, Opera Seer does kind of counter Seer in a way. But for survivors, they can choose First Officer or Aeroplanist here. But it seems like we're gonna come out with a Cordy instead. So what does this mean? If we come out with a Cordy, then there's a huge chance for excitement. And I'm actually worried about the excitement here. I'm actually really worried about excitement here. Merc ban, Aeroplanist will be chosen. Aero or First Officer. It doesn't really matter that we don't need the Merc ban. Merc ban doesn't matter, right? Because there's First Officer. This is a small map. Not only is this a small map, First Officer also has decoding buff after item. Decoding buff after item. So like, with that on mind as well, there's this, the Merc bot is kind of useless. It's very useless. But on towards the persona traits we go. We're gonna have Cordy should be bringing knee-jerk reflex and tie turner here, and then this guy with another tie turner, and then we can have Acro and the Magician with knee-jerk with Windows speed boost. So as you see here, right? Because like Cordy is definitely going to be first target. If Cordy isn't first target, then it means it's Blink. If Cordy is not first target, then it means it's Blink. But then even if Cordy is first target, the moment you get the gun out, you probably waste around 30 seconds. So 30 seconds for a gun. And that's time wasted there. And then if you want to look for the next survivor, that's another 10 seconds. Well, 5 to 10 seconds, let's say. But I'll just say 10 seconds because survivors will start running anyways. For Survivor Team Comp boys, we're gonna have, so decode is gonna be average. Your support is also gonna be a little bit below average. Containment here is gonna be average, and then rescue is also gonna be average. So we're gonna have an average, and then below average here, which is overall okay. The survivors here only need a 1-man escape. They know this as well. And of course for Shelton, he's gonna have to play Opera Singer here. If he doesn't play Opera Singer, the Dream Witch can definitely come out. Dream Witch can counter like all of these, but well, maybe not Acrobat, but the rest yet. But it seems like we're gonna come out with Opera Singer instead. Okay, fair enough, I guess. Opera Singer is gonna come out here. It is to be expected, but if any of these guys here brought Flywheel, it's really bad. It will be really bad. But anyways, on towards the handshake we go. Let's just speed things up a little bit. Let's see, we're gonna have Acrobat in middle, Magician and Shaq, First Officer at the other side. Meanwhile, Cordy is gonna spawn near Graveyard. We're gonna have Opera Singer here spawning by Shaq here immediately as well. Oh no, never mind. We're gonna move on towards where First Officer is. So if we're spawning where First Officer is, then I assume they probably think that Cordy spawns there, unless First Officer wants to be the first chase here for the Opera Singer from Shelton's side. But anyways, we're gonna move on towards the personal traits. We go. It's gonna be Trump Guard Detention Blink here on the Opera Singer. Cody having Window and Flywheel. Acrobat having Window and Tide. Window and Tide on the Magician as well. And of course, Tide Turner on the First Officer. Okay, on towards the game we go. It seems like Xiao Chun is going to be running straight towards the Coordinator. So fair enough. No, not Cordy. That is Iron. Iron's Magician. Okay, Magician first chase. Fair enough. I guess it's gonna be Trump Card Detention with double pallet breaking here and Berserker. So fair enough. With that side note as well, the Magician here can definitely just put down a wand in between the Shadow Realms just to base. Wait a second. Ooh, we got that's brilliant. That is actually brilliant. That is brilliant. Oh my god. That is some fast reaction speed, by the way, but it is currently 40 seconds in towards the game. We are going to be able to get a vault over here from Magician's side as well, but Magician having still the Wand ready to go here. Wand is going to be able to force Xiao Chun off of dash, but even with that force off dash, it's kind of more or less saying, you know, oh well, it doesn't really matter for the Opera Singer at the end of the day. We are going to be able to get a second one right here as well, but of course with that mini mind game there. Ooh, that was a very close detention. No. Not the detention hit, but a terror shock hit. But I guess muscle memory. Oh, it's not muscle memory, it's muscle daddy. It's literally muscle daddy. Ooh, but Iron didn't really get a pallet stone right here. A little bit unfortunate. We are going to be able to get an 80-second down here on towards the Magician as well. But it seems like it'll be an 85-second chair time. Just a little bit better compared to last game. Let's see. Juan is playing Coordinator, so the Cordy is in red carpet right now. But it does seem like we're going to be seeing the Acrobat with a first rescue here. Acrobat first rescue shouldn't be too bad. Two reasons. Reason number one, Acrobat can go back decoding afterwards. And then reason number two, Acrobat's the one closest nearby, and Cordy is also within the nearby vicinities as well. So after we get the rescue right here, if Cordy can give a gun assist, it will be brilliant to see how much longer we can kite. But Cordy also doesn't have to do that as well. But we do see Coordinator already making her way towards here as well, though. Now then, Iron, ooh, going down here, that's fine. But as long as the Magician down as far away as possible here, that's really all what we need here as well. Now, none of the survivors has borrowed time except for the First Officer. We also need to keep that in mind as well. Coordinator is going to have her 25% decoding debuff here, but Acrobat should be able to finish that cipher machine of his by the time that Tide Turner is out. Now, we're wanting to chair the Magician back towards Graveyard here. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I think it's doable. I don't think Iron can struggle free here, so we should be able to get the chair down immediately. Now Hui's going to be able to make his way here, and the next cipher machine is pretty far away. With that in mind as well, since they're missing a full cipher machine here, tie game should be guaranteed from Xiao Chun's side, I guess. Well, I mean, I can't see this as a formal elimination just yet, or even more than just a tie, simply because of the fact that we do have another tie turn here, but preferably no double down would be for the best. We do see the not magnet, but ooh, that hit it over the pallet really now. Okay, all what Iron needs to do here is to down at that window. If he can get the window speed boost and then go towards the corner of church, great. But if he can't, that's also fine as well. He's doing really good here. Yeah, just down there and then you'll be fine. Just down there and then you'll be fine. Okay, we're going to be able to get a pickup right here, no problemo at all. After getting the chair, okay, there's two things we need to be careful of. So first thing is Coordinator is max health. Coordinator still does have a gun, which is great, but it's going to be the First Officer who can become the next chase here, because First Officer is the only one with borrowed time. So like with that in mind as well, if we chase after First Officer here and the First Officer can't contain well early on, it's going to be really bad, because we need a Coordinator to come into rescue after all. But with that in mind as well, we're still trying to dash around. The place is still not getting any hit here from the Opera Singer. The last cipher machine is currently 84%, which with not Magician, not Mark, with First Officer's item being fully consumed right now, we are going to be able to get the hit down, but it does seem like the cipher machine is currently prime. We managed to get the hit. No, we didn't get the hit there. Okay, that's a little bit of a stretch, but blink will not be used here. Cordy is still there as well. They only need a one-man escape here, so one survivor per gate. Even if teleport is ready as well, it is still fine. Now we do need to note one thing, and that one thing is the fact that there's no chair here as well. We are going to be chairing a little bit closer towards the X gate on the other side right now. Acrobat still decoding that gate, which is not good, but with dash in mind as well, the First Officer should be able to, well, I mean, it should be a one-man escape. Should be a one-man escape, which is all really what WBG wants. But with the Acrobat being here as well, so we are going to be able to get the fireball out here immediately. Thinking that Cordy could be nearby here is a little bit it's a tad bit dangerous, honestly, with you on that, but it is a tad bit of dangerous. But with that in mind as well, we are going to be able to see the opera singer nearby. I don't know if opera singer saw the... I don't know if we saw, oh, that's going to be the flywheel out. I don't know if we saw Acrobat just yet, but it seems like we did manage to hear Acrobat right here as well. Acrobat still holding on towards the ball right now, but it's going to be such a long mind game here, Xiaoteng. You shouldn't be panicking. Xiaoteng, try not to panic here. You don't know that Acrobat's going to come in from one of the sides. He is at half health, so with this guaranteed tie here, Blink is going to be ready as well. So we are going to be able to blink out right here. We aren't able to get anything here just yet, but we are going to be able to get ball over the paddock. We get the ball over the paddock here. Still 8 seconds remaining towards the next spot is ready. Xiaoteng definitely has a huge chance here for a 3-man elimination. Now let's congratulate Xiaoteng for the 3-man elimination here, but WBG still managed to tie, well, not tie, win the first round. Let's move on towards game 2.